boxing. Man in boxing. Led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV. Woo!
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, Tyson Fury gives his top 5 heavyweights in the world right now to the WBC, and I give my top 5 heavyweights to the to y'all. Appreciate everybody for checking in. It's Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love, support. His top 5 is Tyson Fury, number 1. Deontay Wilder, number 2. Anthony Joshua, number 3. Oleksandr Usyk, number 4. And Dillian White, number 5. That is his top 5 current heavyweights. And also, we'll talk about him at the end of the video, basically saying he may drop his WBC belt not to fight Dillian White. All right. With that top 5, that's cool. You know, he says that he believes that Deontay Wilder will knock out Anthony Joshua. After he get done with him, I'm not sure about it. I got to see how Wilder bounced back. Now, it was said that he had dealt with some injuries. You know what I'm saying? He dealt with some injuries going into that camp, but ain't no excuses. You take the fight, you take the fight. And had he pushed the fight back, shit, we'd probably be looking at the rematch somewhere overseas 2 in December instead of we looking at 3. But to be honest, to give my synopsis, and I try to keep it 100 from my perspective, is I don't know how much of Deontay Wilder is left. We seen AJ was able to reinvent himself, take some clues or take some pointers from Klitschko to stick and move and drop the weights, and it helped him. So will Deontay Wilder still get that good advice? Will he go work with Foreman and chop wood and build up his strength and conditioning? Because that's a big thing about Wilder. We know AJ got stamina issues, but Wilder has a strength issue. He's not built sturdy. It's like one of those Family Dollar tables you get with the weak legs. So to give my, just to look at this list and I get my list, I'm not sure mentally and physically where Deontay Wilder is going to be at, if Tyson Fury beats him again. And if he beats him again, and let's just say Fury-AJ fight don't happen next, I'll probably say AJ might take him out now. But I always felt that Deontay Wilder was a bad style for AJ because what's different about Tyson Fury is obviously he got a better jaw, and obviously he is the one style that can baffle Deontay Wilder. His elusiveness, his movement at the hips, his footwork, and his ability to add on to his game. You know what I'm saying? AJ showed that he can add on to his game by sticking and moving. Now Wilder got to show he can add on to his game by improving the best punch in boxing, which is the left jab, and putting combinations together and showing that he got grit and determination. And one of the issues that Wilder does have is strength and conditioning. I said it going into, the last fight he had. He just don't have a good strength and conditioning coach. In the first fight, I said there's no way he should have got tired in there with Tyson Fury, who just cut all that weight. But they don't want to hear me. Number 3, AJ. I mean, it is what it is. People talking about AJ resume better than Fury's. I think not. Povetkin, like I said before, he was beyond repair. Tyson Fury beat Vladimir Klitschko first. People tend to forget that. I'm not impressed with Dillian White. Dominic Brazil, I'm not impressed with him. Andy Ruiz, I wasn't impressed with him, and he lost to him. So I did feel like he beat Joseph Parker, and I was never impressed with Joseph Parker. I felt Joseph Parker lost to Hughie Fury. So, AJ could be, I'm not knocking his list. AJ could be number 3, cool. All right. He lost to the 15th best heavyweight in the world. But I have no issue with what he's saying right now. But we go to number 4, and I have an issue with it. Oleksandr Usyk hasn't proved anything at the heavyweight division, but he still could be good. I thought at one point that he would give AJ problems due to his angles and sticking and moving. But with AJ dropping that weight now, and AJ being more leaner and being more, faster, that's going to be a tough fight for him. But I do think Usyk does possess the skills to give some of these heavyweights some issues, but I just don't think he got the size, the style, and the strength. I don't think he sits down on his punches enough. I think he punching up at a lot of these heavyweights just a little bit. I just don't think he brings nothing to the table financially. That's what they would say. But you watch him beat Joe Joyce, And Joe Joyce is so stiff. I don't think AJ with the weight loss, even with the weight on her, was that stiff and that slow. So, you know, I mean, I understand that he has a reputation, but this is the one division that's, you know, skill ain't number one. You go down to welterweight, you go down to cruiserweight, you go down to featherweight, skills pay the bills. At heavyweight, you know, it's a little combination of skill, size, power, durability, and chin. You know, all that ranks like right there. You got to have a majority of that. So, you know, that's why you don't see so many skillful heavyweights. I don't consider AJ skillful. I don't consider Wilder really skillful at all. I don't consider Dillian White skillful. So that's 3 out of the top 5 fighters. That out of the top 5 I just named that really ain't skill. Well, 4 I just named that ain't really known for skills. You know what I'm saying? And people could say, well, AJ got skills, and I don't really see a skillful fighter there. I see a big, strong guy. I see some skill versus Andy Ruiz, but that's not the first thing that comes to when you say AJ is skilled, you know? So that was his top 5. I really don't have an issue with his top 5. But I gave my top 5, and this is not even me thinking about this coming on. I would say Fury number 1. I would say AJ number 2. Just because Anthony Joshua, you know, he did win. He do have 3 belts. You know what I'm saying? But I do think Deontay can beat Anthony Joshua. My issue is mentally and physically, I don't know if Wilder will ever be the same. And if he's not the same, then I would prefer AJ. So me seeing him just get beat down like that, I'm not sure he the same fighter. He got to prove that to me in the trilogy. Number 3, I would put Deontay at number 3 as well. And then we kind of get a little bit difficult here getting into the top 5 because you got some really, really good young talent. Obviously, y'all know I like Joe Joyce, but I'm not going to put him in my top 5. He's one of my favorite heavyweights just because it's never a dull moment in his fight. Even when he throws slow hands. You know, I really like Joe Joyce, man. You know, he be bringing the pain. He ain't the fastest, but he bring the pain. But to occupy my last 2 spots, I like the Felipe guy, Hargreaves. I can't never pronounce his name. You know, I like him, but my last 2 is probably going to be Andy Ruiz. I put him at 4. You know what I'm saying? He better than Dillian White is trash. I put Andy Ruiz at 4. And number 5, I put Daniel Dubois. I easily could flip that around. So Dubois is my 5th best heavyweight. Andy Ruiz is my 4th best heavyweight. Dillian never held the title. I feel that Andy Ruiz, he did drop the ball, got lax, got he got all that money and got happy, but he still didn't get like battered by AJ. You know what I'm saying? He still showed a good jaw. Even coming out of shape, he still tried to give an effort. So he didn't tire out and quit. So a young Dillian White got stopped by AJ. I think Andy Ruiz is a better fighter than him. And also, I think Povetkin might get Dillian White some issues, to be honest. He looked good versus Michael Hunter. So we got some young guys coming up. But Dan Dubois, I'm a huge fan. A lot of people may not be a huge fan of his. People say, oh, he's slow. He not. No, all these heavyweights is fucking slow. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody out here like super athletic. And the closest thing to super athletic is probably going to be Usyk. But in the other thing, and people talking, what about Fury? He more crafty. Deontay, he athletic, but it doesn't translate into technique. So I really can't give it to him as far as being Roy Jones. So Usyk is really the most the guy that I look at that's probably the most athletic, and I think Fury is crafty. So that's my 5. You know what I'm saying? Fury, AJ, Wilder, Ruiz, and Daniel Dubois. I love Dubois, and I know people say, oh, he's not proven. Let's see what he do versus Joe Joyce. And if you lose, you lose. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong, but I think he got the look. He got the pedigree. His little sister, his little brother box seemed to come from, got a good head on his shoulders. And I think he up next. You look at Big Baby Jared, Jared from Toledo. You look at Damian Rock, I think that's his name, out of Philadelphia. FN Jobway, which I'm not impressed. Seemed like Ronnie Shields fighters, all got that stiff complex. They real stiff. The only one that wasn't stiff over there was Lara and Jamel, but they both gone. Lara went to Ishmael Salas, and Jamel, he went to Derek James and became stiff. Ain't that fucking ironic? But yeah, those guys I like. And the heavyweight division got some nice little prospects that's growing in the guard, man. So that Felipe kid, I'm butchering his name. Dubois, the kid from Philly, hopefully I'm not butchering the name, Rock, Big Baby out of Toledo, FN Jobway. So you got some solid guys, man, that's coming up, man, and probably some guys that I other unsung heroes like that's still older or younger, Hunter, Povetkin. You got those two. It's another dude I wanted to mention his name. Oh, Trevor Bryan. People still looking at Big Baby Miller. So heavyweight division is Joseph Parker still out there. Really don't care much for him. So the heavyweight division is probably as nameful as it's been for the last 20 years, man, since Lennox or whatever it was, since Lennox and Vitali fought. So they got a lot of names. They got prospects now that we think is solid. We got contender. We got a solid contender pool, and then we got the elite fighters at top that bring the money and bring the cachet. So this division is booming, and hopefully we can get the fights that we want to see. Obviously getting Wilder Fury 3. I think we may get AJ and Usyk as well too before. Unless AJ gets stripped, we might get AJ and Usyk before we get Tyson Fury. And I'm not mad about that. I'll take Fury and Dillian White. But that's a great segue to transition into, Tyson Fury had an article on Boxing Scene saying that, he hinted that he may drop his WBC belt not to fight Dillian White. Before they do that, not get that Fury money, they're going to get both their money. They're going to get Dillian White sanctioned body fees by him being a regular champion. And they're going to get Tyson Fury sanctioned body fees by being the super champion. But one thing that I predict may happen is Usyk may fight Dillian White for the regular title, and they might make that happen. So, and probably Usyk is probably going to win the winner at Fury and AJ to begin with. But as far as not fighting Dillian White, I just don't understand why people just don't put him out of his misery. Dillian White ain't shit. Oh, we got Oscar Rivas too. I forgot about him. Dillian White ain't shit. I don't understand why people ducking Dillian White. You know what I'm saying? The people gave Deontay hell, but you see the backlash hit a little bit different when it's Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? It hit a lot different. When it's Tyson Fury, ain't nobody saying, "Oh, Fury's ducking Dillian White." The yells get a lot more silent. Nobody talking about how Tyson refusing to fight Dillian White. Nobody making videos about, well, I haven't seen it. I don't watch everybody, but I haven't seen a lot of videos of people saying how Dillian White beat up Tyson Fury in the gym. So did AJ. He did, Fury spoke on it. But if it was Deontay, he got knocked out by Klitschko and was twitching on the canvas and he ducking Dillian White. And that's one of the Wilder's biggest mistakes in his career. They should have went on and just knocked Dillian White head off. Dillian White ain't shit to worry about. This is the dude who struggled with Derek Chisora. You know what I'm saying? This is the dude who struggled with Joseph Parker down the stretch. Dillian White is nothing. Dillian White is an opportunist. He never wanted to fight Luis Ortiz. He ducked that mandatory. So he really don't deserve the regular title. He really don't deserve to be the mandatory because when they said fight Luis Ortiz, even Mauricio Sulaiman Jr. said it, he refused to do it. But you know what? I wish Deontay would have gave him this opportunity because, you could have been gave you an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you rematch Bermane Stiverne because you had to, but I would have took a Dillian White fight over Luis Ortiz 2 fight. Why not? I would have went to his country and chopped his head off. And I would have taunted AJ. That would put more pressure on AJ fighting you. So Al Heyman and Shelly Finkel and Jay Diaz, Deontay, they just had the wrong game plan. You know what I'm saying? But you could see the inconsistency of that. But people probably looking at it like, look how Tyson just dominated Deontay Wilder. Ain't no way Dillian White can fuck with him. And people think you always got a chance with Wilder because of, him just not being technical and not improving. And what's so funny about it is, Dr. Blick was showing me some old footage about a month or two ago with Deontay in the Olympics, and he looked like a better fighter with the Olympic team. He was throwing in combination, he was moving his head, he was slipping, and all that went out the window. So Deontay had a bad team to begin with. Loyalty can be used in the right way, and loyalty can be used in the wrong way. If you're loyal to the wrong people, guess what? You're gonna fall into the snake pit. You know what I'm saying? So he loyal to the wrong people. Sometimes you gotta cut ties. In business, you got to take emotions out of it. What gives me the best chance to win? If that's bringing in George Foreman, if that's bringing in Antonio Tarver, if that's bringing in whoever, Buddy McGurf, if that's bringing in whoever, Robert Garcia, whoever it may be, whoever gives you the best chance to win is nothing personal. It's business. And you've been lacking variety, punch variety. You've been lacking fundamentals for way too long. And you woke up to one guy that, quite frankly, was your worst matchup in the division. This dude was absolutely the worst matchup. He the one dude who has skills. He the one dude who moved his head. He the one dude that can take your punch. He the one dude that can, get on the inside and he brought everything to the table. So, at the end of the day, it was a bad choice not to fight Dillian White. But Tyson Fury can get away with it because guess what? He the best heavyweight in the world. And I think most people that think he not, they still subconsciously think to themselves like, he is the best heavyweight in the division. You feel me? So it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal, description. Best way to donate is share the video. Y'all know what the business is. One time for one time. Goodfellas Sports TV. We gone.